Hi, my name's Dan Nelson. I'm here to show you a quick SoHo free art lesson where I'm going to use acrylic paints and a bunch of gloss medium to do a painting in about 5 minutes. Well, it'll take me 5 minutes to paint, but it'll take me about 20 minutes to dry in between each layer, okay? And I want to show you the magic of painting in transparent acrylics. There's my first layer. Let's dry it. Okay, layer 1 is done, is dry, and I can do number 2. And what I want you to see here is that as long as all of your colors are transparent, you can pile up any number of transparent layers and you never get mud. Never, never, never. Think of it this way. How many stacks of stained glass, or how many pieces of stained glass would you have to stack up on top of each other? You got your clear transparent glass. How many layers would you have to stack up till it got a muddy color? The answer is it would never get muddy. It would get darker and darker, but it would never get muddy. Okay, layers 2 done. I'm going to dry it. Now it's very important you understand that every layer of transparent color has to be perfectly dry before you put the next layer of transparent color on it, or it's not transparent. That's right. It's hard to explain, but that's the way the chemistry works. If you put, for instance, purple right now on top of yellow, and the yellow is still wet, the purple will pick up the yellow, and it will no longer be a nice transparent color. It'll be mud. Now, at this point, you might ask, what is he painting? Can I let you in a little secret? I haven't got a clue. Okay, gonna dry it. Thanks. The next question some of you might ask was, well, do you always paint this way? The answer is no. I paint all different kinds of ways, and this is just one of them. You might also notice that I'm essentially going around the color wheel. Did you see that? I sort of started with yellow, orange, red, purple, blue. I'm going right here. And that's just because it's a little safer that way. Safer for me because I'm making stuff up as I go. So far, everything I put on here is transparent. So far, it's really pretty ugly, but that's all right. I'm going to dry it anyway. My next color is emerald green. Go back to my big brush just for a minute. I want to really slop on some color here. We just thought this was going to be a red-orange painting. Wrong. Okay, time to dry it. Okay, it's time to do something white. Everything I've done so far has been transparent. You got that? And the opposite you can get from transparent is white. And believe it or not, I'm trying to find something figurative in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet. We decided to roll the tape before I even knew what I was going to paint. Here's a good rule for you. Here's a good rule for you. If your painting doesn't work as a good abstract painting, then it won't work as a representational painting either. So all representational artists, and I am mostly that, have to also be good abstract painters, or they're not good painters. Now, I got a really weird thing happening here. I got a big white blob right in the dead center of my canvas, but don't worry, I'm gonna work on that. Here's a really fun thing about these acrylic paints, is that in very quick order you can build up many layers, and those layers create a patina, create a texture that you absolutely can't get any other way. If Rembrandt had had acrylics, he'd have been bonkers. Now, he might have finished his paintings in oil, the way I do, but I bet he would have done his underpaintings in acrylic. I'm going to let that dry a minute. Okay, you want to see something cool? Watch what happens when I put a color back on top of that white. Color to taste. I want enough, but not too much. More medium, more medium. A little bit of this rose matter. Does rose really matter? Yes, she does, especially to her mom. And we're back to a bright, warm, orange painting again. Boy, sorry, you just get, this must be a warm day today. Interesting, interesting. Okay, don't go away. Let's do some more white. I hope you figure out by now that this process could go on indefinitely. White paint, glazes on top of it. White paint, glazes on top of it. Does that make sense? Fun, fun, fun. It might turn into something here yet. I'm not sure. What I want you to see is the magic of transparent acrylic glazes. Okay, let me dry that too. Okay, this may or may not be the magic image, but I see this thing vaguely beginning to emerge. I'm not sure where it's going to go exactly, but I'm going to do a little bit of drawing. When I was a little kid, there was a local children's program on TV. Yes, they had TV when I was a little kid. Barely, but we had TV. And there was a children's program where, as a part of each program, they had this thing called Wiggle Line or Mr. Wiggle Line or something like that. Anyway, apparently some man in a box, and they'd have the kids come up to the front of the class and make some wiggle line on a screen, and then magically the man inside the box, who you couldn't see, you could just see the lines, would turn the line into an object. And yes, that's what I'm doing here. just keep scribbling till something vaguely starts to show up. And I did tell you I was looking for something figurative, didn't I? That meant like a figure. And yes, I just kept scribbling until, don't do this at home. No, do this at home, do this at home. And now that's not enough. Let me do just a little bit more, go to a bigger brush. And continue with the, how about if I add some green to that purple? Because I think there's probably another figure in here somewhere. But I'm not sure what they're doing or what their relationship to each other is. I just feel like there's another figure down here somewhere. And it's not going to be violent. It's not going to be any great big message in my art. It's just going to be fun colors and shapes and lines. And in this case, also, I'm thinking more like a I don't know, a jester maybe. How about a jester? How about jesters wear those the three-corner hat things, don't they? Yeah. Okay, I gotta dry that. Be right back. Okay, I'm actually going to start using some opaque colors now. In other words, white mixed with something, and white and orange and purple and a little bit of red. Should make some kind of sort of flesh tone. A little bit too dark, a little bit lighter. Okay, I know you're anxious to see me finish this thing. Not as anxious as I am to get it finished. But how about if I come in here and just do some vague shapes of appendages. And down here in the bushes in the dark is the king and the queen cheering the jester who's dancing on their table. And I bet you really believe me that I didn't know what I was going to do. I think my lostness is quite manifest, and his mouth is up here, and he's wearing a mask, right? Don't jesters wear like a dark mask sometimes? A joker? And he's going to be wearing a red and white checkered vest. I mean, great big checks, you understand? Great big diamonds down the front. There we go. And trimmed in red over here and over here. And blue and white striped bloomers. You know, I got to tell you the truth. I don't really know what bloomers are. I know they're kind of like funny old-fashioned clothes that women wear. But don't you think a joker would be wearing... Anyway, never mind. Send me an email. Let me know I'm crazy. And what else? Oh, his sleeves are under his vest. They're blue too. And his hat has definitely got some blue in it. And his hat has some yellow in it. I think I can use this yellow straight out of the tube and it'll be opaque enough. Not quite. Add some white to make it opaque. There's the rule. You get dark with transparents, you get light with opaques. And the rest of this man's vest is yellow. If nothing else, I hope I've encouraged you to take risks and have some fun while you're painting. I honestly had no idea where I was going. One of the things I'm going to do to this before I finish is do a glaze over this white stuff in the background. It's too white. It needs to be more golden color. And he's got some shoes down here and shoes that curl up at the toe. And here's some goblets on the table and a plate or two that he is dancing around. And the jolly, rotund king and queen are having a lovely time. There. Jester at Court by Danielson. Thank you very much.